hello, I'm from Estonia, I'm a postdoc scientist, and for some time I've been thinking about whether to be or not to be a scientist. I like to be, and not because I want to make the world a better place.
Just me then.
I'm one of the selfish ones, because I want a prestigious job for myself. Unlike my younger sister, who is insufferably kind-hearted, animal-loving, tolerant vegetarian, she's mom's favorite, who wants to become a scientist because she wants to cure Alzheimer's. I never had that dream. I wanted to cure cancer. No, I didn't, because as a scientist, you don't get to cure anything. You get to study a disease, and then you hope, you dream that one day a pharmaceutical company will pick up your results and will make the cure. It's not even funny, it's just true. My sister's doing undergraduate biomedicine right now, and soon she will have to decide whether to be or not to be a scientist, whether to do a PhD or not to do a PhD. And I've been there. Looking back, what were my other choices? I could have gotten a job in a company, start earning money. But as a woman, why would I think about earning money? The society doesn't judge me based on my earnings. They judge me based on the number of likes on my social media. So that didn't matter. Then I could have traveled. But in science, in every stage you move countries. So that's covered really. Another option is to do charity work. I didn't actually consider charity work. I'm not my sister. Why would I want to make the world a better place when I can follow my own ambition? But as a woman, I'd like to be considered as a good person. So there was a bit of a dilemma. The last thing I, at the time, really wanted to get rid of my boyfriend. So moving to a different country for doing the PhD seemed like a good idea. And I did. I moved to Sweden for my PhD. I joined a charity organization, good person, who could have thought, and I got myself a new boyfriend. PhD taught me a lot. Mostly it taught me that human and mice are different. They are. Really, I spent 3 years trying to figure this out. Some of the early transcription factors of pre-implantation embryo that get activated in 2 states in mice and 8 states in humans are actually primate specific. My sister thinks it's cool. My mom doesn't care. But it could have been much worse. It doesn't sound like much, but it could have been worse. I could have spent 3 years of my life trying to do a project that didn't work out. Actually did spend 3 years of my life in a side project that didn't work out. The question was whether human and zebrafish are different. But the experiment didn't work out, and now we'll never know. After PhD, again, you get to ask yourself, to be or not to be a scientist, to move to another country for a postdoc in academia, or to start working in a next-door company that does something meaningful. And at the time, I really wanted to get rid of my PhD boyfriend. So moving to another country seemed like a good way to do that. But as a scientist, sometimes you reach the stage you're thinking like, am I good enough to be a scientist? Other people are smarter. My sister, she's smarter and she's more motivated and she's growing up. And like other people as well, they're smart, they're good. I'm not as good, I'm not as competitive. I will anyway fail as a scientist, so why even try? I should just quit. And then I remember that as a woman, I have lower self-esteem than a man. And I should just suck it up and take it like a man. Although if I were a man, I would not have stayed in science. I would be so confident. I knew I can be a good scientist. I have nothing to prove. I don't have to be. I could just go to work in a company that cures Alzheimer's. I could make the world a better place and make more money at the same time. Maybe get a dog. But no, I'm a woman. I need to prove to everybody out there who cares so much about me proving myself. I need to show that I'm a good scientist. So, when I talk about these people, I mean my mom, really. I need to show that I can shine as a scientist. So I sucked it up, and I took it like a woman. I stayed in science. I moved to another country to do my postdoc, to UK actually, and I got myself a new boyfriend. Postdoc itself, what is it? It's a period of 3-year contract where you don't get to really be a scientist, but you don't get the benefits of being a student either. No more free food. We get more responsibility, but less supervision. And I have loved this time. 3 years is really not enough. I wish this time would last forever. Unfortunately, getting extended is not that common. I tried really hard. I actually got myself a side project. It didn't work out, but it gave me an extension. And then luckily the pandemic hit, so I got the COVID extension out of that. And then there is, as a last resort, is always parental leave. My postdoc has been very productive. I'm really productive. During my postdoc, I have had 4 children. Woo! I know. I'm currently on the 7th year of my 3-year contract. I'm very committed as a postdoc to the extension of my contract. The last extension I got was a strongly worded letter that there are no more extensions left. I have used them all up. While I placed it next to all my previous extension letters, I was thinking, really? They think I won't have another baby, try and stop me. I'll do anything for science. And I dare my sister to show the same level of devotion. But now my contract as a postdoc is really ending. So the next stage in the path to a scientist is to get the group leader position, where you're not an apprentice anymore, you're really an actual scientist. And I did apply for one, and I did not get it. So I failed my dream of becoming a scientist. I'll have to quit academia and go to work in a company. I need to stop dreaming about curing cancer and start curing cancer. Maybe get a dental insurance. Married my boyfriend already, so I'm a failed scientist, but on the path to this failure, I've been wildly successful in other areas of life. I landed myself a pretty husband, and I traveled, and I do charity work. And if all that isn't enough for you, if that's not enough for the society, if that's not enough for my mom, then I've gotten her 4 pretty and smart grandchildren who are gonna keep her and the society so busy that they don't have time to feel bad for an overprivileged blonde white woman who has trouble adjusting her career aims. Because that's the level of problems I have. Which is another way of saying that I've had a hell of a ride. I wish my sister had it as good. And looking back, I wouldn't have done a single thing differently. Except the boyfriends. And the zebrafish. Maybe mouse. So I will retire, and I will make way for my sister in the space of science, heroically. But at some point she's going to reach that stage of thinking like, is she good enough to be a scientist? Other people are smarter, and she's going to fail anyway. Why even try? She should just quit. What do I tell to her? I tell her to suck it up and take it like a woman. Thank you.